These are some lamps that I thrifted a while ago, and to be honest with you, they're not looking so hot. So today I'm gonna challenge myself and DIY them, transform them, make them look upscale using cement and other things. Let's get started. Okay, so I have two of these right here. Look at these flowers. Isn't that interesting? I got both of them for basically $10, which is a really good deal. I just really like the shape of them. I think that's nice. Now on my Pinterest, I've saved some lamps. Now, of course, these are beautiful, but the pricing, it's up there. I want to add some architectural interest to this with some foam, and then we'll go in with some cement. Now, before I get into the cement part, I was thinking, because I had some of this left over in my crafting stash, I have these two foam balls sizes. Now this one's a little bit smaller. What I'm gonna essentially do is, I'm gonna take the ball and cut them in half, if I can get them out. And then I'm gonna glue them like around the top edge here. What do you think? Should I do the big one or should I do the small one? Let me know in the comments below what you would do. I think I'm leaning towards the larger one. The first thing I'm doing is I'm cutting these right in half. Now I'm going to glue it onto the lamp. And I'm going to take a combination of hot glue and Gorilla Glue. The hot glue is going to hold it in place while that Gorilla Glue cures for a few hours. Very easy to do, kind of just gluing this around the border. I really like this design. I recently did this in my DIY cement pot video. If you haven't, go watch that video. But I'm just really vibing with this aesthetic right now. Next up, now we're going to try to make this look kind of like ceramic via cement. Here I'm using Henry's Feather Finish. If you're not familiar with Henry's Feather Finish, it's basically like a cement skim coat. It's often used as an underlayment or just other construction things, but if you don't have access to this, just look for cement skim coat. So I added some water to kind of give it a really thick paint consistency. What I love about this stuff is that it really brings cohesion to everything. Look at here how it's transforming it. It's starting to look like one solid piece. It's going on really thick, but I will be adding a second coat, which I did the following morning. This is what they look like after they dried. Also, in my experience, this stuff really sticks to everything and it does not crack. Now it's time to kind of make this look like aged pottery, something very beautiful, Tuscan, maybe even. At this point, I am ready to paint, so I'm going to use some acrylic paint. So I'm using some white, some water, some beige, and some brown there. Not being too perfect about it. Again, we want this to look authentically, vintage. Next is the most important step, but first, we're going to let this dry. Okay, while we wait for that, let's do a little bit of house cleaning. One thing that I've come to the realization recently is that there is a lot of waste when it comes to cleaning, meaning there's a lot of single-use plastic bottles that get thrown away. And honestly, it's like this cycle that keeps on repeating. One thing that I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful is that waste. So I'm very excited to be partnering with Blueland because Blueland, basically, you buy the bottle once, refill forever. Now, Blueland is a brand that offers everyday products without using single-use plastic packaging. So their effective products are formulated without water. So essentially, you just take the little tablet and put it into some water. Actually, let me show you how it works. Of course, I love to clean, so I had to try their Clean Essentials kit. Here's what's included. So in this kit, you get 4 refillable bottles with the tablets to create the hand soap, multi-surface cleaner, bathroom, and glass plus mirror cleaner. So essentially, you're gonna take the little tablet here, which by the way, the Iris and Agave scented hand soap smells incredible. First, you fill your Forever bottle with warm to hot water. Then you drop one of the tablets into the water bottle, put the nozzle in after the tablets fully dissolve, and don't worry, no need to shake or stirring. You just wait a couple of minutes and you're on your way. So easy to do. These products are also EPA Safer Choice certified. This means EPA scientists have evaluated every ingredient in the product to make sure it meets the stringent criteria. And Blueland's actually a pretty good way to save some money. Blueland tablets start at only $2 or $1.55 if you buy in bulk, which that actually really adds up. So try Blueland for yourself. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description and you're gonna get 15% off your first kit. That's right, 15% off. Blueland doesn't do this very often. That's 15% off your first kit using the link in the description box. And of course, thanks again to Blueland for partnering with me in today's video. This is where the magic happens. So I'm going to take some of this lime wash that I have left over. I'm still trying to use up this can. So here I'm painting the entire thing. But before that fully dries, I'm taking a damp paper, actually a wet paper towel, and kind of removing it. And look at how that patina is coming through. Those layers are finally kind of showing that age or creating that aged effect, which I think is quite beautiful. did the same thing for the other lamp. I popped onto new lampshades, and this is the final result. Let me know what you think. Take a look at this lamp right here. It is glass. It has some sort of gold detail. I mean, it's kind of cute, to be honest with you, but we're gonna do a heavy transformation on this with some cement. But first, let's have some fun with some foam. All right, so this is a vintage table lamp. I mean, it's pretty, but it was like $3. I'm okay transforming it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to first use some of this stuff. This stuff is called Great Stuff. Great Stuff is used to fill in gaps and cracks, kind of like insulation, sort of, almost. The lamp, sorry, I should probably tell you what I'm trying to do. The lamp that I'm trying to recreate is this one right here, or kind of like a variation of this. I feel like there's a couple of these cute little lamps with the little raffia lampshades, which we'll get to. But first, I want to I was looking for a lamp that had that shape, but I just couldn't find one. So I'm just going to try to kind of recreate this. So we're going to put some foam here. And then once that is ready, I'm going to basically like carve into it and like mold it. All right, this is where things start going south. When I started applying this stuff, I realized it really wasn't sticking to the glass, but I tried my best to adhere it on there and just pile it up, pile it up. Low-key, things are looking a little bit sketchy, but don't click away. Let's trust the process. You know what? Sometimes the process bites back, and well, this one's biting back. Pile of mess right now, but we're just gonna let it do its thing. It's gonna puff up, and then we're gonna come back and do some carving. All right, so we have ourselves a problem. Take a look at this mess. It's not turning out the way I want it to be. So I have a solution. I think it's gonna work. So I have this picture here. This is from Dollar Tree. If I turn it upside down, it kind of has the nice shape that I'm going for. So I'm gonna use this sort of as a mold for the foam. So I'm gonna like cut some of that foam off and fill it up with the foam and see if it's gonna work. But first, let me drill a hole at the top. After drilling a hole, I went ahead and just removed the old stuff. It's pretty sticky in the inside. But look at that, it fits perfectly. So okay, we're making some progress. So now I'm gonna fill it up with some of this great stuff and just let it do its thing. This project is a fail. Hi, it's the next day, and guess what? Well, it did like puff up here at the top. In the inside, it seems like it's not really working, and I shook the crap out of this bottle per instructions for like a minute. I don't know what's going on. At this point, I'm just gonna give up on this project. I don't really like to give up on projects, but this is just a hot mess. It's sticky. This stuff does not come off my hands, skin. So I'm gonna put this aside, and I'm going to see if I can find another lamp, and we can reattempt this using a way different technique because fail. This one kind of has the same shape. It might work. You know what makes a DIY project that's gone wrong better? Donuts. I just came back from the thrift store. I found this lamp right here. Now this lamp actually is made out of glass, but it kind of has that nice shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it and see what happens. One thing I need to do is add these little handles almost. If we look at the inspiration photo, they kind of go up into the lamp shade. So I'm going to go check my stash and see if I can find some like oven baked clay. If I can't, I'm just gonna use some good old aluminum foil. This is the lampshade that's gonna go on there. Looks nice, which we'll address this in a moment. But first, let's work on this. But first, let me eat some donut. To make the cute little handles, I am rolling up some aluminum foil. I love this because it's going to be not so heavy, but they're going to be easily like bendable and will glue onto the lamp base easily. Next, I'm going to take some air dry clay, just covering up the aluminum foil just to give it more of that ceramic look. Next, let's go ahead and glue this onto the thing with the basically some super gel. And then I just got to hold it. Pretty self-explanatory. Why am I over-explaining this? Now here's my favorite part. Yes, you guessed it. Henry's feather finished, a little bit of Henry's, a little bit of water to create sort of this, cement skim coat. Again, I'm just brushing up the entire thing, and watch how it kind of makes it look a little bit more cohesive. I added 2 coats of this stuff once that first one dried. Now let's focus on the lampshade. So I got some of this raffia, I guess hula skirt from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use it to cover up this new lamp base here using some some hot glue, and just going about it. It was a little tricky because it's a little bit much raffia, but it's manageable. In case this is your first time watching one of my videos, hello, my name is Jorge and I love all things home decor and DIY. I have a blog, I have YouTube, casarefine.com, but come say hi over on Instagram. I love it when you all say hi. Next up, I am spray painting this with some white. Then I found this really cool spray paint. It's like Stone by Rust-Oleum. It gives it that stone effect, so I'm giving it a nice coat of that, and that'll do it for the base. Let's do the final result.
No.
Not bad, right? Honestly, with a little bit of cement, a little bit of patience, and a little bit of love, we were able to transform these lamps, make them look up to par. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, which one you are vibing with the most. But thank you again so much for watching. Be sure to check out my DIY playlist. I'll put it here at the end of the screen, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.